So, hi once again. This is part two, and I'm using this specifically because when I listened to the audio of the first part, you couldn't really hear Ujjayi breath clearly. So, I just want to recreate that experience and just so you can actually hear it, hopefully, and crossing fingers this actually works. So, the Ujjayi breath constriction at the back of your throat. Okay, so I hope that sound was clear. Usually I use this, what I did for the workshop is use this in moving meditation. So you actually use your physical body to be able to practice. Okay. So wanted to move into part two just to explain a little bit more about my actual full experience from over the years. And it hasn't been a very long time. I've only been practicing since 2014, well, 2013, end October now. And it hasn't been that long, but what I've noticed with my sort of practice is I use a lot of dynamic resistance. So that intention, I do a lot of my own self practice, that coupled in with full intention of I move in prayer. So my practice is always in prayer first before I move. And it makes me to move in prayer in my life when I step off the mat. So it's beautiful, beautiful medicine. So here with breath, there's an energetic dance that happens, and even in Shavasana. So when you are conscious of it, it's just this flow, it's this rhythm. I mean, I love dancing for those of you who do know, and there's a rhythm. Here, also in Shavasana, once you've come back into the still breath, you allow space to get your head to drop into your heart so that you clear the pathways of distraction and you can actually see what is for what it is without the illusion. Here in Shavasana, it's the space and the place to be embodied in oneness, in presence, in the isness of the I am, the Om, which is the omniscient seed sound of the universe. And here, this sound is constantly calling within the stillness. So, meditation is a beautiful practice to be able to use that to get into that rhythm and energy of Om, the I am, the oneness. So, sometimes when you talk about breath, it could be synonymous with certain of these words sometimes. If it resonates, once again, take it. If it doesn't, take what does resonate with you. So, breath, also synonymous with source, with God, with spirit, with universe, with consciousness, and it's also synonymous with life, with prana, with life force. And I find the beauty of English as well. Part of the beauty of English can be that there are different access points for everybody. Typical example is when I go into a corporate space. More often than not, I get asked to not use, anything else but breath, not call it spirit. So it's almost like becoming very, very neutral. So that becomes an invitation and an access point for people to access the exact same thing, but to not be blocked off by the wording. So breath is open for everyone to be able to receive and be purified of. I also wanted to note that when we use Ujjayi breath, you actively purifying, even though the fact that you're inhaling and exhaling, you're purifying naturally anyways, right? So when we breathe through the nostrils, generally through yoga, and we contain our awareness and full focus on this area, just right here, the nasal cavity, we allow ourselves to connect and plug in. We feel the coolness the more attentive you become. We feel the life force that enters into our body. And here it's a deep, deep practice to tap into being able to no longer control the breath, but be able to tap into the still breath that just always is there, like I said. So I hope this information resonates on a really deep level, because what was beautiful to hear, at least from some that I was able to speak to, is just about them being able to take that breath and just seeing the profound change in their own physical practice now. So the beauty about yoga, once again, is it's practical. It's not necessarily instant, but you can feel it. So using the wording and what I was discussing here, and I try not to, because it's only like a 75-minute class, is try not to discuss too much, because sometimes it can be a lot of information, but just enough potency so that you are able to feel it. Because at least for some of us, for me definitely, I need to be able to hear what you say and then feel it in my body. If there's a disconnect, the information is lost on a conscious level. So thank you for taking time to listen. Please share your experience with breath, any information that you would love to share with it. And just last note, one of the sages say it is 99% practice and 1% theory. So a lot of what I take is practice, but I've obviously backed it up by theory, because one needs to definitely have that. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. I definitely enjoyed that. So it was really good to share. And I look forward to sharing more very soon.